Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, and you know what that means. As always, it's Gold Cap GRLCS Spring 2020 action. I'm here with Rexgo Dragon, and we're about to show you some games.
Yeah, hello. Nice to see some more, little bit of NA Fiesta coming out. So soon after we just saw Gold Cap. I believe it was just Wednesday. So, yeah. Let me go ahead and introduce his teams. We have GSM on the blue side with Elzacco in the top lane playing Orin, Panther playing Set in the jungle, Levi's in the mid lane playing Echo, Naked Beekeeper, and Silver Spade in the bot lane playing Callista and Morgana. We have a little bit of 5-stack going on, getting a root onto Trepayan.
Yeah, and that's already the Flash and the Ignite burn. They're not going to be able to find the kill onto the onto the Nami, however. And speaking of the Nami, on the red side, we have the Muscle Knots. TF is Juice in the top lane on Darius, Barda 1 in the jungle on Xin Zhao, GVG number 1 on Rise in the mid lane, and our bot lane, Swagga Stupid and Tropeon on Caitlyn and Nami.
Yeah, we saw earlier this week that Bardo 1 is going to be taking over the jungle in place of Swagger Stupid, and Swagger Stupid will be playing ADC, and we're seeing him pulling out Caitlyn this week with a Nami, so we might be able to see some pretty nice bursts. But I'm also pretty surprised that we're going to be seeing Callista in the bot lane.
Yeah, Callista is an interesting pick that's kind of just come up recently. We saw actually Licorice play it on C9 yesterday in the top lane. We've seen it a few times top lane in Korea, and I think she's starting to make a comeback in the bot lane now that Aphelios has been nerfed yet again.
Yeah, we're seeing an early gank in the top side of it and a little poking in the bot side. Yeah, not going to be able to get that 3 talent strike off onto Elzacco, but getting some good trades off with that red buff.
Yeah, this early pressure is pretty important for Barda 1 to push, just because Panther on set is not going to be a super strong early game jungler, and Xin Zhao is a very good early duelist and fairly good ganker, especially against, Ornn, for example. Kind of low mobility, tanky boy.
Yes, the large ram will not be able to escape some of the ganks that Barda 1 could do with Xin Zhao's capabilities.
So Silver Spade is on his signature Morgana, and I think this is gonna be a pretty good pick against the likes of Nami for one, and I'm sure it's gonna be no slouch against, say, Darius and spell shielding that Rise.
Yeah, I think Morgana was a pretty good pick here, because after, let's say, Naked Beekeeper gets stunned by the bubble, Silver Spade could use the Black Shield in order to stop the root and so for a longer combo to come out. You'll still get the headshot off proc from Caitlyn traps, but not being rooted for an extra time means that you could be able to dodge the close over Peacemaker if it comes out.
And not to mention, of course, the Fate's Call synergy there. Oh, did Panther steal that away? Oh, it looks like he did.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Panther actually 3 buffs Barda 1, who is now suffering. He's only at 8 CS after that failed gank top.
Yeah, trying to get some early stuff going on, but because of this level disadvantage, Bardo 1 won't be able to go and try to contest for the Scuttle Crab. So that's just going to be an easy one for Panther to pick up.
We could potentially see a double Scuttle 3 buff start here for Panther, which would just put GSM's jungler massively ahead in this game so early.
Yeah, and pushing these early game leads are pretty important. So then you can see stuff happening. Especially having, if you have some early game leads, you have that means you'll just be able to transition to the later parts of the game or mid part of the game, where Ornn will start to pop off with his passive, giving you guys free 1,000 gold, and then Levi's always going to do really well since he's playing Echo, as well as Callista ADC scales really well.
Yeah, I actually do like the Muscle Knots draft here because they've got those 2 early strong lanes in Caitlyn and Darius, and then they built themselves in a little bit of scaling with that Rise. I just think that it's going to be kind of an execution sort of thing because GSM has demonstrated that they can play safe with these scaling lanes that they've drafted. So if Muscle Knots can punish this, I think that's a really good. It'll be end up being a really good draft for them. But we have to see if they can capitalize on it first.
Yeah, hopefully they will be able to look for these early game power spikes that they need before they reach to relying on just the Rise late game and Caitlyn. How they both do quite a bit of damage, but you still having that Darius for the early game definitely helps. Late game he is still a powerhouse as well, not to mention, but not as much whenever you have a Kalista who can kite him out very easily.
Yeah, the Kalista is a nice pickup against their top and their jungle. Just, built in, what's it called?
Kiting.
I wanted to say peeling, but, I knew that was wrong.
I mean, kiting's like a form of self-peel.
There we go. You're validating my lack of the English language.
That's okay, English was actually my second language. I used to know a lot of Vietnamese, but I forgot that. So gotta make it up with knowing at least a little bit more English.
English is your second language, but your only language now.
Yes.
You've literally forgotten more languages than most people have learned.
I mean, it just happens, learned at an early age. But anyways, yeah, we do see all the lanes are doing pretty well. TF Juice is dominating a lot with his CS lead. Mid lane's doing an excellent job at staying safe on the side of Muscle Knots. Let's check that right. Ooh,
wow.
Good flash coming out of TF Juice. Respecting the Ornn damage, but I don't think too necessary considering he has his full combo up.
Yeah, considering that this is about to happen, the Ornn comes out, TF's Juice is just gonna get clapped for first blood. Yeah, you have to question the flash was respectful. The re-engage there was kind of the opposite.
Yeah, it was like, I gotta dodge this or I'll die because he has Ornn. But then you go back in and he's like, oh yeah, he has Ornn.
Right. Me flashing didn't stop him from having the Ornn. So, I mean, basically now this lane is back to even in terms of gold. Zacho now picking up a Chain Vest to counter the Darius damage, and he's starting to even up that CS differential.
Yeah, especially because he was able to push out this huge wave under the tower. He's going to miss out on a couple of them, but still going to overall grab all the EXP. Darius grabbing Ninja Tabbies first. Pretty interesting pickup, but considering all the people on the team for GSM, there's a lot of people that want to get the auto attacks off. So we have Set and then Kalista, very good at auto attacking. It's not going to do too much for Levi's and El Zacho since those are not necessarily auto attacks, but more so empowered abilities by your auto attacks. So
yeah,
it's not going to
you're not negating the physical damage of the auto attack itself, or at least in the Levi's and Zacho case. But Beekeeper has a great spell shield on him by Silver Spade to block the wave.
Yep, the Tsunami not going to be coming out of there.
So now we actually see about a 1,500 gold lead built up here by GSM. About a 25 CS lead in the bot lane. And, well, that 30 CS lead in the jungle, but Panther might be regretting it because he is going to get dunked again, but Panther actually isn't the first one to go down. It's GVG #1, and Levi's uses the Chrono Break to come back. Barda1 is the only one left because his team's already lost 2. Levi's lives, and it's a 3-for-1 for GSM.
Well played there by Levi's. That was actually looking really bad, but the dunk coming out a little too soon and not when the Haymaker shield was still up, so he was not able to get the execute off and then try to finish off Levi's, and then Levi's getting a huge stun right there to finish it off. And then El Zacho picking up the Rift Herald means this is going to be a lot of gold coming into El Zacho's pocket right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 kills and another kill and a half worth of gold is going over to him. The Rift Herald will fall, but that is 4 turret plates in the pocket of the GSM top laner.
Yeah, and it's very low right now. You don't want to see a Darius that's a little behind because, uh, well, he is always going to be good in this late game, but Elzako looks like he got caught out too.
Overstays a little bit, so Barda 1 does get the shutdown. And, well, I mean, it's a little bit of a relief, but still, Elzako just has so much more gold than TF is juice here.
Yeah, and having, I believe it was 2-level lead on to Darius right there. Now 1-level lead. He's just getting closer and closer to the point where he'll be giving 3,000 gold to his teammates once they build the items, which I believe everyone on this team will.
Oh, and Barda 1 in trouble, forced to use that Crescent Guard in order to keep away Levi. So now, 3,000 gold is the advantage for GSM here. At 11 minutes, the tidal wave going to come out, not going to find Beekeeper thanks to another good spell shield by Silver Spade.
Silver Spade doing an excellent job with these. Black Shield's doing a real good job at blocking them.
And as you see, the CS differentials here, it's actually stretched to 40 CS that Panther is ahead of Barda 1. He has almost doubled his enemy jungler's CS. Meanwhile, about 35 in the bot lane. Beekeeper actually with great CS, 101 at 11 minutes and 30 seconds. That is pretty close to perfect.
Yeah, I believe perfect is like 10 CS a minute, so just missing out about 8 CS to meet that mark. And doing a very excellent job at farming, knowing that he is a very strong scaling champion, and farming very excellently to do so.
TF is Juice not going to get clapped here by Zako's passive. And let's take a look at the gold. Oh, wow, Silver Spade might find himself a solo kill here onto Tropeon. No, Tropeon is going to flash. Panther does have the showstopper, but Beekeeper is going to pick up that kill on the Nami there. Now Barda is caught in the middle of 3. The showstopper going to come out, and Barda is not long for this world. The teleport actually comes in from TF Juice. Whew, he could have regretted that if GSM had stayed.
Yeah, and especially he is still going to regret that because Elzago is up there by himself, going to get free tower plating and just continue, or free tower and a tower plating, first tower. A lot of gold in his pocket now. He's Ornn, he's going to be huge. And then a little engage in the mid lane too. So this is overall looking pretty good for GSM right here.
Yeah, GSM managed to draft basically 3 scaling or at least mid-game lanes. They didn't have that much early game power, and they've still managed to come up big with it.
Yeah, looking to pick, especially that fight in the Rift Herald really just started snowballing all of this, and then a bad TP by TF is Juice, thinking his teams would be able to keep going in there, but unfortunately we're not able to. And Barda 1 being so far behind now is definitely detrimental to him.
Swag is stupid in trouble. Naked Beekeeper, though, is not going to pursue. Another tidal wave is forced out, and this time Beekeeper finds himself in a trap.
Yeah, he just accidentally Marshall posed himself all the way onto there. Or it might be Poise.
I think it's Poise? Pose?
Poise, Pose. He leaped himself into the trap. And gonna take a little headshot damage to even out the trade.
But now second dragon here secured by Panther. Another, I mean, the objective control, and oh man, Tropeon is in trouble.
This is a point where Kalista is doing an excellent job at doing a lot of damage. I do want to point out, you do want to go with the Hail Blades that Naked Beekeeper have right now, because it makes for easier early game trades as opposed to Lethal Tempo, which makes it, since you have such a short range, makes it really hard to get good trades in while you're waiting for those few seconds to the attack speed pop up.
Oh, Barda 1, he's got the Crescent Guard on him. The E comes out a little bit early by Beekeeper. Now he is going to jump into another trap, but Swag is stupid here, pulled in by Panther. He's going to have to flash away, and now Elzako flashes the wall, and the Noxian Guillotine is available, but TF is Juice. I don't think he can get in range. They're just going to go on a little chase through here. GVG number 1 moving forward. Oh, Oh, is Zacho gonna get away here?
Oh no!
That feels bad.
Definitely it feels bad. We had Rise use the Whelm Warp, but not really thinking about the escape paths that Elzaco could use, and just goes a little bit too far while Elzaco is like, I'm turning around.
And now, Panther gonna flash forward. Gonna find Swagger Stupid with the Haymaker. The knockup comes out by Silver Spade. Now Beekeeper on a killing spree, taking that kill onto Swagger Stupid. Tropeon sure to follow, but Silver Spade is actually taking the turret. He gets the stopwatch off. Beekeeper gonna live, and now Tropeon trying to chase. He's not gonna be able to find anything, but so many members of GSM are low.
And we have Elzaco back at it again with the top side, doing a lot of great trading onto TF's Juice, but the guillotine is up and bleed is out. Ooh, not finding the decimate, so he will go down a tower shot. A lot of good fighting all around for GSM right now.
Yeah, GSM is just, they're kind of like hanging on by the skin of their teeth here in these fights. It seems like things that they really shouldn't have any, right winning, but here we go. Bardawan gonna take that for vengeance.
Taking up another kill. Looks like he might be going for a Sterit's Gauge coming up soon. Give him a little tanky stats while still doing a lot, some damage. Considering that he is all of the team's kills right now, he will need to either be really good at tanking and just stall out the game for Swagger Stupid and GVG #1 in order to get there, or we're going to have to rely on him for doing all of the damage and trying to carry the game.
Now GVG #1 stunned and I believe killed here. Levi's is on a rampage. 4-0 and 2 for the Echo.
Yeah, and this is one scary Echo right now. Doing lots of damage, doing an excellent job, and I'm pretty sure he'll be able to one-shot pretty much anyone under on the side of Muscle Knots right now.
Yeah, plus no one really is building magic resist except for that Rise. Of course, TF is Juice. We discussed this. Took the Ninja Tabis early. And Bardawan just going to be here to clear the mid-wave as GVG #1 comes up now. But Silver Spade is, I mean, he's just playing he's not playing scary because he may be alone, but he's still fairly strong and Beekeeper can always rotate.
Yep, rotate over to use the Fate's Call in order to pull Silver Spade out of danger. So, pretty strong position for them to be in.
Now this is a 3v4 where Panther is not going to get that blue buff, I believe. I think Bardawan did manage to steal that away, but now GVG #1 fighting off Beekeeper, and he's going to have to flash. Fate's Call comes out. Are we going to find a knockup? They are. It's a two-man. Silver Spade now in the middle. He's going low, but now Tropeon is stunned. Levi's is just going to tear him apart. Swagger Stupid is the next target, as Levi's is going to use the Chrono Break to get back. Now Panther has the Showstopper, but he gets knocked up. Haymaker comes out. That's going to be Swagger Stupid going down. Panther, is he going to have to use it? No, he doesn't even have the chance. He's going to go down, and now Beekeeper going to follow. This is a better fight for Flex than we expected, but now Levi's going to take down Bardawan. And it ends up being a 4 for 2, maybe an ace for 2 if TF is Juice continues chasing Silver Spade.
Yeah, you do not want to try to chase Morgana, especially if she's landing these binds like she is. Elzaco's still getting pretty good out of this, taking that top inner tower, so opening up the map just a little bit if they want to aim for this Rift Herald. TF Juice is returning to lane really low right now.
Yeah, and he might be in trouble. One more auto attack. No, Tropeon gonna save him with the heal. The Ornhorn is available if Zacho needs to disengage. GVG #1 is now here. The root is going to come out, but now the Ornhorn used, Call of the Forge God, is going to knock up only Tropeon, and Elzaco is in a 1v3. He's strong, but I don't think he's that strong. It's a 1v4 now, and Zacho goes down.
Zacho will go down, but at the cost of the dragon. Also going, also looks like they're focusing on the dragon right now. So since everyone's up there, they can pretty much do this dragon pretty safely. It is about almost 20 minutes, so we're not going to be able to see a second Rift Herald this game, but is potentially might see an Ocean Soul.
I think we will. In 5 minutes that'll come up, and so far it seems like GSM, they've just been playing them. It's weird because, you know, you'd say they're playing the map so well, and usually the example that you use is like, oh, well, they're trading some low value things for high value things across the map. Like, you know, if you lose a 4v5 in bot lane, but you get the top inner turret, that's like, you know, low value for high value, but also they're winning these fights across the map, so they're just kind of outplaying Flex at every angle.
Yeah, we did see that it was a kind of they didn't exactly uh win or lose that fight in the bot side. They kind of went even with, I think it was 3-3. Uh, but and a lot of kills just all going on to Barter one kill going to Swagger Stupid, which is pretty good. So he can try to start scaling, but he's a whole item behind of Naked Beekeeper, so he's not going to be doing as much damage as you would like.
And that seems to be the case across the map. TF's Juice has finished his Trinity Force, but of course Elzacco has both the Forge Fire Cape and the Infernal Mask. Same on the same in the mid lane with Seraph's Embrace, but also against the Lichbane and Hextech Proto Belt.
Yeah, overall, they are getting all scaled in the amount of items. Yeah, Jason Levi's going into pretty deep, but he's not going to find a kill.
Now the Call of the Forge God is out. Zacco going to force Tropeon's Flash, but that is a big cooldown used by GSM.
Yeah, they do have one Cloud Drake to try to balance it out, but not going to be able to. It's not going to necessarily come up as quickly, considering that it's only 10% CDR onto the Ornn right now.
Ornn does have another 10% thanks to that Infernal Mask, but still, that's only, well, I think that's actually a multiplicative, so it's only like 19% reduced. But now Levi's is going to have to Chrono Break back. Beekeeper not going to be found because of the Black Shield. Again, Silver Spade just hitting these left and right. Now Beekeeper uses the Fate's Call, but Barda 1, he's in trouble, and he's actually going to take down Levi's before he potentially goes down. He's going to try and find Beekeeper, but Panther gets the smack to take him down. Now TF's Juice going to be healed by Swagga Stupid, as Flex might try and continue this fight.
Again, all these kills are going to Barda 1, which he's doing. He can do quite a bit to about one person onto the team, and negate a lot of damage. He plays his ultimate right, but again, he's not exactly the hyper carry that you exactly need in order to try to win these games. If you're able to stall out for this Rise, then it'll be great.
But GVG number 1 does take a fair amount of damage there, and GSM looks like they are just going to try and push into this inner turret, because they could go for the Baron, but it seems like their aim is trying to shove this game in a little faster.
Definitely so. They do have the Kalista, however, which is really good at taking Barons, especially with using the Rend in order to get a strong execute off of the Baron, which definitely helps in securing it. But looks like the team is just going to be looking for just pushing lanes and using their overall their gold leads in order to try to siege these lanes.
And that is a 7,000 gold lead. That's actually gone down a little bit from last time. It was about 8,000 a minute or two ago. And I'm guessing that's because of the 1,000 gold shutdown that Barda 1 got onto Levi's.
Yeah, but Levi's, regardless of giving away that shutdown, he is still pretty huge this game. I believe, let's see, what builds, let's see, alright, so gold leads, we have 1.5 in the top lane, 1,000 on the side of Muscle Knots for the jungler, because of all the kills he's gotten and that shutdown. Levi's doing a great job at about 3,000, and then bot lane, let's see, 2,000 for 2,500 for the ADC, and then 1,600.
Oh, but the team fight comes out. Levi's is already in the middle of it, but he is going to get exhausted by Tropeon. Now Panther comes in. Elzacco going to get knocked up, but I don't think it's enough to stop the Ornhorn that finds a 4-man Silver Spade. Now going to take down Barda, and that is all of Flex. Falling, GVG number 1 flashes out with his life, but only just.
And looks like this will be the Cloud Soul. We have Silver Spade basically zoning out GVG number 1 because he's so low. Doing an excellent job, making sure he won't be able to one warp his way in. Oh, he doesn't even have it, but he does have TP. so make sure he walks his way all the way back to the base instead of being able to recall.
So now the gold lead has stretched to 9,000, and it looks like GSM, they're going to take down that inner turret and rotate over to Baron here.
Yeah, having that Dragon Soul means that they can pretty much do this pretty safely, considering that if there was another team fight to happen, all of this extra healing that everyone receives is going to help out a ton in the next team fight.
Now Levi's he's trying to death push, but he is going to get 3-manned and taken down. Oh, he actually gets a really good chrono break off, but I don't think it's going to save him. Swagga Stupid takes his second kill of the game. Now Silver Spade might make 3. Zanya's Hourglass coming out, but he is still going to be taken down by, again, Barda1. You got to give these kills to your carries.
Yeah, but Bardo1 is doing a good job at fighting some of these picks, but he does need to try to share the gold a little bit for his teammates. Considering how Swag Stupid is slowly getting back into this game, but slowly is not going to be enough considering that this is Elzacco level 15, means that he's going to start making these mastery work, or he's already been making his mastery work items. We have a total of 3, so that's 3,000 extra gold for his team.
And with the Ocean Soul in their pocket and the Baron buff still for another 2.5 minutes, GSM, while they did lose it on their support and their mid laner, I don't think those two are the ones that are going to be split pushing. So GSM looks to potentially push this mid lane in. Either that or Beekeeper is just finishing another item. Yep, gonna get a pickaxe on that back.
Looking for a Gunzos with that recurve bow and pickaxe. So pretty good item for Kalista, reapplying extra spears onto the target, so then you get a huge friends off. So make sure you try to get those resets in order so you can do it again.
So now we see the 3-man of GSM is going to head to that bot lane and try and take down the only remaining inner turret left in the game, and to secure this 10k gold lead that they've built up.
And that's not including all of these Orin items they have, extra 3,000 gold, so it's about 13 in terms of stats, at least.
Yeah, 13k worth of stats. Luckily, there's like no Senna in this game, or else that would make calculating stat value a lot harder.
Yep, infinitely scaling, even though they did nerf Senna, I believe in the 10.6 patch, or was it 10.5, where they reduced their souls to...
I think that was 10.5, but in any case, this is 10.5, so... Oh, Levi's is in, and he's just going to assassinate Swagga Stupid, use the chrono break to get out, and now Panther is in the middle of the soup. He is going to get on top of 2 members, and now that is going to be Rise heading down for the double kill for Levi's. Now Barda1 on the run. He doesn't have the Crescent Guard, tries in vain to take down Beekeeper. It's a triple for Levi's, and it looks like GSM are just looking to find the end here.
You know, for all this extra healing they have from their team, Naked Beekeeper, not exactly the greatest for this since he doesn't build a lot of AD, but still going to be healing a ton. See that he's already back to full health after being so low, and taken down. TF his juice, and they're going to look for a double hit end right here with the Baron buff minions.
Yeah, GSM taking on the team at the bottom of the standings. I can't say that this wasn't expected.
Yeah, unfortunate for the side of Musclenauts having to go against the first place team and still not exactly finding their footing. I'm not sure if it was Musclenauts last time, but previously I do remember there was an Elise jungle that managed to take all the kills away from their mid laner. They killed the main mid laner I want to say 6 times, but none of those kills ended up onto the Elise's mid laner. And something similar happened here. You get all the kills on your jungler, but that doesn't translate into anything else. Your Rise is not strong enough into a scale, seeing that he just now built a Rod of Ages, which is again a mana inefficient item, or not mana, but a gold inefficient item at the start. And seeing how it's so late into the game, it's not like you're going to get value unless you go out to 40 minutes. And same with Swag Stupid, not being able to scale up either, only having 1.5 items essentially, while we have Nick Beekeeper almost finishing that Gunzos.
Yeah, that was a fairly rough game here for Flex's solo laners, but again, GSM solo laners are pretty terrifying for even the other top teams to deal with, much less the now role swapped Flex. So unfortunately, I believe this does mean that Flex is out of playoff contention just mathematically. So thank you for playing in the GRLCS. We hope to, see you still put up a fight in the next couple of weeks, but I think that will close Flex's season potential out. So we are going to go to a quick break and then come back in a few minutes for Game 2, which is going to be Return of the Middlesticks versus the Bad Barons. So don't go anywhere.
See ya.
Welcome back. We just saw
Welcome,
GSM take down Flex to move to 7-0, while Flex falls to 0-7. Now we've got another mirrored scoreline matchup: the Bad Barons versus Return of the Middlesticks.
Yeah, and pretty cool to see these two teams. We have Sea Bloods right here in the top lane playing the Sandra, Chaotic Obsidian playing Trundle jungle. Captain Megas in the mid lane playing the Nico with Glacial Augment, and Scrambles and Toasted Crayons playing Sivir and Nautilus in the bot side.
Meanwhile, on the red side, we have return of the middle six, Papatito in the top lane on Garen, Meristematic back in the jungle on Sejuani, a Jelly Roll in the mid lane on... Wait, Jelly Roll is usually the jungler, right?
I believe so. And Meristematic was he played top lane before, but now
Oh, Gid Shadeslayer, though, he is going to have to flash. So a Jelly Roll on Orianna in the mid lane, and our bot lane for return to the middle sticks, Karista and Gid Shadeslayer on Tristana and Brand.
probably had to fill in. It looks like a Jelly Roll says that Maris said he'd rather jungle than mid lane, so a Jelly Roll filled in for the mid slot while they had Karazuda, which I believe is a fill in for their ADC.
I think he might have switched. They had Duvranga for a little while, and then I think they ended up switching, like actually just swapping to Karista. But
Okay.
yeah, Jabronis is their normal mid laner. That's who I was. Jabronis is their normal mid laner. Meristematic had to sub in because Jabronis was busy, but he didn't want to play mid.
Oh,
so
right.
Jelly
Yeah,
Roll
okay.
is mid this game, and he is playing Orianna versus Captain Biggis's Nico.
All right. So we'll see how Jabronis plays. He is playing the Orianna, which is a very strong pick, a good safe one, and scales very excellently into the game as well. So it'll be interesting to see. In Meristematic, we have seen him play bot lane Ezreal a couple times when they were looking for whenever they were looking for a replacement, I believe, or maybe it was just for a different team. I don't exactly remember, but I do remember seeing Meristematic playing Ezreal a couple times.
Oh, Karista though, he actually doesn't get the leap away, so he actually has to flash. It's a good engage there by the Bad Barons. Hopefully they can find something afterward in order to capitalize on the lack of flashes from the spot lane.
Yeah, and Cam Biggest tried to make some good trades happen to Jelly Roll to punish him from leaving the lane, but unfortunately missing all his abilities. Kind of wants to try to get that Glacial Augment proc before he goes ahead and throws his abilities in order to make it easier to land them. Definitely is a one of the strengths that Glacial Augment provides is that once you slow them, it makes it easier to land your important fruits.
And yeah, and that's why we see it on champions such as Nico or Ari, really skill shot reliant champions that you just want to make it a little bit easier for yourself, and of course easier for your teammates, especially with this Nautilus, with that hook.
Yeah, getting the Super Soaker and the Twin Shadows later on into the game. Pretty AP heavy team, seeing that there's an AP top and mid laner. But we do have Sivir, which is a very strong ADC once you reach that 400 CS mark.
Yeah, the 400 CS Sivir win condition, but now Meristematic is here. He is going to get the slows off onto both members of that bot lane, but Toasted Crayon's now going to pop that the Aftershock, and oh man, gonna go down to Gid Shadeslayer. The burn from the Brand.
Yeah, big damage coming out of Gid Shadeslayer using that the Brand passive on a tank is a very good feels good whenever it does happen.
Yeah, well, feels good depending on your point of view, because there's pretty much nothing more tilting than being killed by Brand passive in bot lane.
That is true. Brand, I remember at a point was a very strong support. Nerfed him a little bit, so he's not seen as often, especially with this tanky engage meta. But if he plays his cards right, Gid Shadeslayer can do an excellent job at poking down this Nautilus to make sure he doesn't go ahead and go.
Now, Seablevs is out of mana here in the top lane, so I think it'll just go to a little bit of a truce here. Papatito and Seablevs just farm bros up here in the top lane.
Yeah, but some of these Qs are landing onto Papatito, negating that Garen passive. Unfortunate for the side of Papatito. But seeing that Seablevs is such low on mana, I'm sorry if you heard that, I hit my mic accidentally. But yeah, if Papatito just goes on to Seablevs, there's not much to do, especially with Meristematic right here.
And that is actually going to get the flash from Seablevs and the teleport from Captain Biggest. So now Jelly Roll is alone in the mid lane, and he can start to shove in on these plates.
Yeah, doing what Orianna does pretty well, which is kind of surprising to me, is the auto tag damage that Orianna can provide with her passive. I don't believe that applies to towers, but still, it's does quite a bit of damage and pushes pretty well.
And now Chaotic Obsidian is here. Jelly Roll is going to flash away, not going to get rooted by the captain. Meristematic is here, though, if they continue the engage.
Yeah, he is waiting on the sidelines in order for for an engage to happen, but we do see Chaotic Obsidian at his reactor, so he's able to rotate just as easily.
Now, Good Shade Slayer, Karista, getting a little bit of priority here in this lane since the dragon has been up for about a minute, and it looks like Meristematic is going to head toward his bot side anyways. They're going to clear out the vision on the dragon, and I wonder if we'll see the kind of dragon-focused dominance that GSM was pulling last game.
Yeah, seeing that they pulled out. Ooh, a nice smite steal coming out from Chaotic Obsidian, getting a little bit punished for that, but not too bad.
Now Captain Biggest doesn't take any damage from Jelly Roll, who is low on mana, but he does have the shockwave.
Yeah, doing a well-placed orb right there. So if an engage does happen, you use the shockwave in order to pull him right back in. If Captain Biggest aims to use Pop Blossom and then tries to flash forward, but then Jelly Roll could just use the shockwave in order to pull him right back.
Oh, that is actually going to be the shockwave pulling back Captain Biggest, and meanwhile Seablevs teleports top to stop Papatito from pushing his tower.
Garen, an excellent job, can push out towers really well.
And now stun
engage
comes
coming
through
on
on
bot
Toasted Crayons. Not going to go down. The heal committed by Scrambles in order to save his support.
Yeah, don't want to give another kill to this Tristana or Brand potentially, considering how much damage they can do in these later parts of the game. And I want to note, I hate seeing Lysandras with Aftershock. I always did. I always hate seeing it. It makes it not fun gameplay because I play assassins. So
yeah.
you just hit one button and then all my damage is gone.
Dragon is going to go down in favor of Return of the Middle Sticks, but yeah, the Aftershock Lysandra, something that has fallen out of favor mostly, but it is still taken by a couple of, one tricks, Lysandra mains, things like that.
Just all those extras. Yeah, all those extra resistances is nice, but they did change the numbers on there, so it's less base numbers, more scaling.
Actually built for tanks rather than built for any person that wants to take it.
Yeah, which I'm glad, so I don't see it on literally anyone that has a CC that can stop me.
So, there is a little bit of a gold advantage, Return of the Middle Sticks, just over 1,000 gold ahead, and that's pretty much all off of those CS leads in the top mid and bot lanes.
Yeah, small discrepancies, but they do add up to about 1,000 gold. A little bit of a deficit in the jungle, but that's made up for it. The rest of his teammates, alongside of taking that dragon as well. So, pretty negligible in the jungle, I'd say.
And meanwhile, of course, the Rift Herald is up, has been up for about a minute now, and so I'm wondering if, well, actually, we do see Chaotic Obsidian and Captain Biggest heading over and aggroing it already. Meristematic doesn't have vision. Some pings now going to spot them out, and it looks like the Bad Barons are going to rotate off of this Rift Herald.
Yeah, seeing that Seablevs used his TP way earlier in the game to prevent Papatito to get any of those turret platings means that they can go ahead and take advantage of Seablevs backing here and it force either a 3v2 or them to just back off the Baron.
And the Herald is going to be taken by Meristematic, and it looks like they're going to try and bring that into the top lane and get some early plates here. 10 minutes into the game, which means we could and probably will see a second Rift Herald. But now Scrambles, Toasted Crayons, both of them pushing this tower. Not going to find a turret plate.
Unfortunate, but it will be ready for them if they continue to stay in this lane. Unfortunately, so with having the turret plating so low right there means that if you want to rotate, you'll be sacrificing that turret plating to minions. But as long as nothing happens in the bot lane, it's fine.
And it looks like Scrambles and Toasted Crayons are going to take their back. And now, Papatito engaging onto Seablevs. Meristematic has the ultimate. Seablevs flashes away. The Glacial Prison is not going to land, but Seablevs is still slowed. Papatito now silencing him. The ultimate comes out on top of the Lissandra himself. The stun comes out, the ultimate by Papatito, but will not find the kill. However, an auto attack afterward will. Meristematic drops the Herald, and I think we're going to see a lot of plates taken down by Return to the Middle Sticks here.
Yeah, unfortunately, they dropped the Herald pretty early on. They do see the jungler on the bot side right now. Ooh.
Oh, Shadeslayer gets Chaotic Obsidian very low, but now Scrambles is here. Shadeslayer goes down with one more tick of Ignite, but it's not going to find Toasted Crayons, though. Gets the kill. Now the root comes out onto Karista, who doesn't have any mana. He does have Flash, but he's going to try and kill Toasted Crayons, which he does.
Yep.
Pick up by Scrambles.
Yep, pretty good on the side of the Bad Barons. Pick up all those kills in the bot side, but at the cost, they're going to be losing their top side tower. As I was saying earlier, they did drop the Rift Herald a little early, while Meristematic did stay around for it too, so they could have taken a plating or two before dropping the Rift Herald, since the Rift Herald does true damage to the towers, which means it'll always have to help the tower no matter how many resistances it has.
Yeah, so it ends up, they end up wasting some of the damage that could have been dealt to the tankier parts of the Rift Herald, or the tower, not the Rift Herald.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have taken a couple of platings where it has a lot less resistances, drop the Rift Herald, and then rotate right after taking the tower, because they would have saved a lot of time.
And just like that, however, the gold lead stretches from just over 1 to just over 2,000 gold. 3-2 is the kill score, but a full turret in the pockets of Return of the Middle Sticks, and not to mention the even plates on the rest of the map.
Yeah, but taking that first tower is definitely a big difference right here, since so much gold is now in the pockets of Papatito, which is definitely one you want to see if you're on the side of Return to Middle Sticks.
Now, Chaotic Obsidian looks like he may be picked. He is going to get pulled, or he gets zoned away. Now, Meristematic is going to find himself in the Death Chamber as Toasted Crayons goes down as well. Captain Big is going to fall. Karista gets the kill on that. Now, Seablevs is going to take down Jelly Roll and get Shadeslayer, but Papatito is down here. He has Demacian Justice. Is he going to use it? The stopwatch committed by Seablevs. Karista going to find that kill. Now the flash forward, and the Demacian Justice is going to be spell shielded. Scrambles. How much longer will he live? Papatito doesn't want a tower dive. So far, it's a 3-for-2 in favor of Return of the Middle Sticks.
And Scrambles making the right call, backing up since the Tristana does have her bomb available. She could go for a full engage, doing a rocket jump into the bomb, into a couple auto attacks, knocking, and then jumping right out once the bomb finishes.
And now Return of the Middle Sticks takes 3 more turret plates here on this bot lane turret just before the platings fall, and they turn their sights back onto the second dragon.
Yeah, their gold lead has increased to about 3,500 now, or 3,500. So definitely looking pretty good on their side.
And they might find Chaotic Obsidian again. He is going to have to run away. Now Toasted Crayon stunned up by the Glacial Prison, forced to flash. And that is a lot of damage on the most important guy here for this dragon.
Yeah, since he has to recall or try to lifesteal his way off of some of the minions, he won't be able to rotate over to the dragon fast enough. And it's just going to go to Return to Middle Sticks, which is Ocean Drake this map.
And if you look at the distribution of kills on Return of the Middle Sticks' side, conversely to last game, Return of the Middle Sticks is putting their kills on the right guy. You want it on Tristana. You know, if this were on Meristematic, it would be much less effective. But now Karista does have all of these kills, has these turret gold, And I'm guessing he is the vast majority of their lead.
Yeah, and a solid 2,000 or 1,200 lead right there, which is quite a bit. But overall, everyone is doing pretty good on the side of Return to Middle Six.
Jelly Roll is going to get slowed. Captain Biggest slowed back. Both Super Soakers come out, and now it looks like there's a collapse by Return of the Middle Sticks. They're bringing Papatito in. Maristmatic is here. Does not have the Glacial Prison, but he's still going to get the Shockwave on Captain Biggest, kill him before the Pop Blossom can come out. Now Seablev's on the run. Gid Shadeslayer not going to find the stun, but they walk away with 1 kill and the potential of the Rift Herald.
Yeah, it was very good on Return of the Middle Six to kill Captain Biggest right there, since they did buff Nico's Pop Blossom to get a larger shield scaling. So if she was able to get that huge shield off, she could have potentially lived right there, but killing Captain Biggest means that that they won't be able to survive that.
Meanwhile, the bot turret is going to go down. Scrambles is split pushing down here in the bottom lane, and he's going to bring it in to the inner turret. But the Rift Herald has fallen in favor of Return of the Middle Sticks yet again. And now it's dropped in the mid lane. They're going to crack this one open like an egg.
Yes, but at the cost of your bot lane outer turret, they might be looking to try to hold out this lane. They do have Captain Vegas on Nico, which is pretty decent at wave clearing out these lanes, but getting 2 charges off onto Rift Herald is just pretty traumatic for the team.
And now the Glacial Prison zones off Captain Biggest. They're going to kill him before he can get the Pop Blossom yet again. Now Toasted Crayons is in trouble. Papatito takes some damage, but Scrambles can chase. He used the On the Hunt, but they're not going to be able to follow up.
Which is pretty unfortunate. They were trying to see if they can punish them for greeting out for so long, but unfortunately Captain Biggest was the one that got punished, being trapped by all of that CC that they provide, and just getting killed once again, which is pretty unfortunate, putting him further behind his laners, while the bot lane is looking very good. And as for Papatito, he was looking to see if he wanted to pick up a Zeal, but looks like he undid the purchase and rather is looking for a Black Cleaver instead.
I don't really like that, especially I don't like the Phage build first. I think he should have gone for the Kindle Gem first, just for the cooldown reduction and health, because the Phage passive is wasted since he already has a Trinity Force.
It is true, but regardless, he is doing pretty far ahead. It is like this mistake could result in, since he has a little bit of gold inefficiency right there, that could result in a death if he plays his cards wrong. Makes it a little easier for him to misplay. He is getting some good stats of the health and AD, but definitely not worth the 1,200 gold that you pay for it.
Yeah, and that's just a minor little quibble that I have with it. It's not like building a Morellonomicon against a team with no healing. It's not anything really bad. Just that you're wasting the Phage passive, but he's still really good at split pushing, which he is doing.
Yeah, getting, these sets are still pretty good on him, especially with that how much regen he gets and how it's uninterruptible by minions. So he looks like maybe Maristmatic got caught out right here.
Yeah, he's actually going to flash away and still die. Now Captain Biggest is going to get the Pop Blossom stun, but Papatito on a killing spree. He is going to go down. The shutdown there by Captain Biggest is huge. Now Jelly Roll he's got the dredge line on him. He's gonna get stunned, killed. He also flashes. This is going horribly for Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, we saw Jelly Roll using that cleanse onto the Nautilus, but all of Nautilus CC other than his auto attack is uncleansable, considering that his dredge line is a knockup technically, so you can't cleanse that. And then the ultimate is also a knockup. It does stun you for a little bit afterwards, but really how well Nautilus can chain CCU, that cleanse did not cleanse. Yeah, cleanse. You can cleanse, or is it QSS? It might be QSS, where you can, if you QSS a knockup, and then you're able to flash right out of it, because it removes the stun part that comes with a knockup.
Yeah. because the stun keeps you from using summoner spells, knockups just keep you from moving. So it's a weird way in how CC works, but if you have QSS, you should be able to flash it. But now Seablevs might be caught here. Jelly Roll is going to take the kill. Now Meristematic moves on to Scramble. Scrambles doesn't get the Spell Shield. Again, Shadeslayer gets to use the Pyroclasm. Now he's going to find Toasted Crayons. Chaotic Obsidian goes low. Karista on a Rampage. Can he get one more auto attack? He cannot.
Overall, it's still pretty much in favor of Return Middlesex with how strong their bot lane is, as well as pretty much everyone else on the team. Prismatic is still doing an excellent job at tanking, while Jelly Roll is still dealing out some pretty good damage and zoning with the Super Soaker, as well as just put some well-placed Orianna balls.
Yeah, Return of the Middlesticks lose that fight. That previous fight, kind of get punched in the face. They weren't expecting it, but they get right back up and they say, you know what, let's just continue on with our game plan, which is pushing this massive lead we have. That lead is now 6,000 gold, and it looks like they're moving on to the Baron. Or they're just trying to nade.
Well,
Sneaky Bush.
Ooh, Sneaky Bush indeed.
Seablevs goes down immediately. Papatito now chasing down Toasted Crayons. He's going to get the double kill. Chaotic Obsidian goes down for 3. And now Karista, he is going to knock away Captain Biggest out of the Pop Blossom, and he saves his team. Now Return of the Middlesticks picks up 3, and they can find the Baron.
Yep, and considering how strong their bot lane is right now, they can definitely go for this Baron. Having a Brand alongside a Tristana means that you're going to be burning down the Baron very easily. Especially because they're added in some brand buffs to the jungle, I believe in 10.6, so not this patch, but at least soon to be.
This is actually 10.6, so...
Oh,
yeah, I forgot to mention, we switched patches between games.
So this extra bit of damage that Brand does with his passive made them help take the Baron just a little bit faster. Not that they needed it, considering how far ahead everyone is on the side of Return of the Middlesticks.
Now on a 9,000 gold lead, Return of the Middlesticks, they have the two long lanes to push. There's not much to do in the mid lane, considering that the inhibitor is already down, but they could just try and force a fight anyways. However, it looks like they are going for a 3-1-1 split push. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, sending the support in the mid lane. He does have excellent wave clear, so I could see him there just to respond to anyone else trying to stop that. But sending the 3 top lane is definitely a good call while having Papatito in the bot lane. So with the TP in order to respond to any team fights.
Papatito is going to get this turn. No, he needs one more auto attack, but he flashes over the wall. Now Chaotic Obsidian is chasing. He gets the chomp. Papatito, can he find the blast cone? He's slowed and he gets shut down, but his team does end up getting that turret on the top side. But that was a big shutdown to give over for one turret.
Yeah, they did lose a pretty big shutdown, but regardless, they're just going to continue pushing in this wave. Jelly Roll doing a preemptive cleanse right there, but fortunately, we did see that Toasted Crayons did miss his dredge line onto a minion instead. So overall, good dodge if anything.
And now Return to the Middlesticks only has 3 men left because Jelly Roll is going to have to back off. But they need to continue this Baron push. They've only got a minute left on the buff.
Yeah, and still having Meristematic and the Brand rotated over means that it is still a pretty strong push for them. Jelly Roll doing an excellent job of pushing out this mid lane before he goes ahead and back. Aiming to see if he can back his team, if anything. Maybe go ahead and sneak to that bot tower and try to take that. But he's not going to greet it. Looks like he might just go ahead and maybe back.
Yeah, at this point, with the dragon coming up in 30 seconds, I think a Jelly Roll should just do what you said, go get that 1 or 2 auto attack kill on the turret, and then rotate with Papatito to the dragon and try and sneak that, while the rest of Return of the Middlesticks pressures the top side.
Yeah, but it looks like a Jelly Roll is just healing up really well right now from whatever he has for a passive regen.
Yeah, they don't even have an Ocean Drake, which is the surprising part to me.
Yeah, maybe he had a red buff on him and it just expired. Not sure what it was, but now he's he's at like 60% health, which is pretty healthy in order to try to sneak this dragon that's coming up.
Well, they're not going to need to sneak it. There is nothing that that the Bad Barons can do, and that turret falls as well. So it is sole point here for Return of the Middlesticks, and only base turrets remain for them to take.
Judge Roll in the chat pointing out the honey fruit in the jungle. I forgot it is the ocean map, so there is a lot more honey fruit all around.
Yeah, and they hide them inside the jungle now, not just in the river, thanks to that ocean map.
So this is looking pretty bad. The Baron buff is gone now for Return to Middlesticks, but that doesn't mean that all of the power spikes that everyone has on the red side is gone. So they have still a very strong Tristana, 3 items, and with crit means that this is a really strong Tristana, especially with the rapid fire cannon. Bot lane, the Brand opted in for a full damage build, as you should with Brand, or at least with how much damage Brand can output. He's doing an excellent job with that. And the Garen is starting to build his resistances, but still 2 damage items on the Garen means that he's going to hurt.
Yeah, that's... I mean, Garen, he's got 2 damage items. It looks like he's building that Spectre's Cowl into the Spirit Visage next. But I do like that Return of the Middlesticks is kind of going back to that 3-1-1 that they were doing, with Karista just clearing waves and making someone go to take that. So I think Return of the Middlesticks should try and push for one of these, or at least get pressure on one of these remaining turrets here. Because right now it doesn't really seem like they're generating that much pressure on the map.
Yeah, everyone is kind of just milling around in the jungle while they're waiting for minions to push up. Papatito back to his lane, but just letting Seablevs clear out these minions for free. Getting stunned under tower, but he is so tanky right now, especially with his Steel Courage, I believe is his W. So he just has extra damage reduction as on top of the shield.
Yeah, and that is a big cooldown used. Seablevs doesn't have the frozen tomb now, and that means the Papatito can basically push against him with near impunity.
Near impunity indeed, considering that he doesn't really have to worry about Seablevs trying to kill him, considering how far behind Seablevs is right now. And then Papatito is just super tanky, so it would take quite a while for Seablevs to kill him. It would require more of a rotate for the Bad Barons to jump onto him, but we see the Baron is coming up right now. Papatito is still generating a lot of pressure and keeping Seablevs under control.
Yeah, Papatito is actually going to force Seablevs to use the Zanya's Hourglass since he doesn't have the Frozen Tomb. Now Chaotic Obsidian is going to get picked. Good move there by Return of the Middlesticks, and it does mean that they can rotate back to this Baron and go for their second Baron of the game.
And picking up this second Baron could mean this is wraps. Considering, once again, we have such a strong bot laner right now, and we have Orianna still, even though she's basically around break even, maybe a little bit above average, she's doing a lot of damage and getting some of these crucial shockwaves out in order to catch out some of these people.
And that is the Baron going down for the second time in favor of Return of the Middlesticks. So now Papatito can continue to push here as his team tries to run it down mid and take that open inhibitor that respawned earlier.
Yep, and Papatito is going to back. He does have the TP available if anything does happen, or if he wants to just go immediately right back into split pushing. This is 10.6, so that means the TP buff is out now. So TP is only on a 4-minute cooldown
instead of 6, which was quite long.
Yep, an insane buff to TP, I'd have to say.
Chaotic Obsidian wasn't able to find the pillar that he needed, but Captain Big is going to move in. He does get the Pop Blossom, but it's only onto Meristematic. Now Meristematic flashes away. Karista pumping so much damage out into the team. Seablevs manages to juke away from the Shockwave and gets the kill onto Karista, but he's going to lose his life now. Flash is all committed by all of Return to the Middlesticks, and they win the fight 4-for-1, and this might be the game here.
Yep, we have Garen really good at split pushing as well as everyone else, so going to clear out some minions before they go ahead and take this tower, but it looks like it's going to be another win for Return to the Middlesticks. Well played all around by the team. Although this is a little bit of fill for their team, having Meristematic and a Jelly Roll filling in for Jabonis, that is the usual mid laner. They have played all pretty excellently. Mirasmatic doing a good job rotating around the map to push some of these leads, as well as grabbing these drakes, and then the bot lane just doing an excellent job outputting so much damage and stopping the Sivir before she gets to her 400 win condition.
Yeah, Return to the Middle Stick saw what the win condition was for the Bad Barons. As you said, get to late game, get Sivir all fed up, and make sure that Nico can find good team fights, great pop blossoms here. And they made sure to push their advantage, get that early lead for Garen, get that early lead for Tristana, and then just kind of run it down and make sure that the Bad Barons were always on the back foot.
Yep. So that's going to be Return Will sits at 5 and 2, while the Bad Barons is going to end up at or drop down to 2 and 5. But still having a lot of time in the split, there's still a way to fight for that fourth place slot in order to make it to the semifinals.
And for our other, other fourth place, quote unquote, team, Goliath Esports Warriors, they take on Gods of Herald in our next game. So come back in a couple minutes, and we will be back to show you our third and final game of the day. So don't go anywhere.
See you soon.
welcome back, everybody.
Welcome, welcome, and we saw some pretty good games this morning so far. We had GSM pull out another win against the Muscle Knots in the second round robin, ending up at 7-0, and then Return to Middlesex picking up another win onto the Bad Barons, ending up as 5-2. So let's round this all out with Goliath Esports Warrior on the blue side as going against Gods of Herald on the red side. Start off with introductions. We have a Hello playing Malphite in the top side, Great Grump in the jungle playing J4, Tetra on the Diana mid lane, and then Snoopy as well as TPG Blue Snake playing the Jinx and Brown bot lane.
Meanwhile, on the red side, the Gods of Herald, Derisive Oxen in the top lane on Poppy, Taco Trineki on Zac in the jungle, Oath in the mid lane on Vladimir, and our bot lane, Nyrock87 and Glitter and Gains on Tristana and Janna. So, Goliath Esports Warriors at 2-4, Gods of Herald at 4-2, and I believe Goliath Esports Warriors and the Bad Barons, I think they've gone 1-1 against each other. So it's literally just it's who can win. Oh wait, have they already gone 1-1? I forget who won the first one.
Well, let's. I think I have it pulled up already, so let me just go ahead and look that up while we looking at this game. It's not too much happening starting off. Everyone just grabbing their buffs, doing some leashes, while doing some early game trading and farming.
Yeah, Zac. Taco Trineki on the Zac, he did do the early ward start where he went for the warding trinket, put a ward onto the blue buff of Goliath Esports Warriors, and then went back to go reset his trinket and get a sweeper, so he will actually know when Great Grump goes to his blue buff. Meanwhile, Derisive Oxen taking a really good trade onto Hello in the top lane, and Oath and Tetra just duking it out one-on-one, but Oath is already going to have to use his first potion.
And we have, so the Bad Barons and the Goliath Esports Warriors have not faced off yet for the second time. At least the last time we went, the Bad Barons ended up with a 2-0 win. So, and that was around the 4th week. If it's in the same order as the first round robin, then we'll be able to see them in a couple weeks, go duking it out against each other.
So now Oath and Tetra duking it out, but pretty much even here. The phase rush for the Vladimir is going to mean that he's zooming around, but Tetra comes out behind thanks to Oath's built-in healing.
Yeah, Oath playing Vladimir with a lot of built-in healing is definitely helping out with these trades. But playing Diana, you always need to go in for these trades and try to get the upper hand in them, since it is a little bit harder for you to just stay and sustain in lane.
Oath very low, but I assume he has the pool. He is level 3, and he also has the healing from that Crimson Rush.
Yeah, reduce healing on minions, but regardless of that, he is able to sustain back in lane. Oath be able to pick up a free back, but using the TP, not sure if that's necessarily needed, especially with how low Oath is, meaning that he can't exactly push up the wave all the way to tower and risk losing his life for that.
Not to mention, it's not like Tetra got a huge back there. He just picked up his a corrupting potion, which is kind of interesting of a back. But now Oath is going to head back, and perhaps Tetra having teleported back, and since melees now do more damage to turret plates, Oath may have to teleport, and we are going to see that.
Yeah, but I do believe that the 5-minute extra resistances that the towers get from anyone in the top and mid side is still available, where it's like before 5 minutes, every turrets take reduced damage from champions by like 60% or something like that. So I believe that's still enabled, so I don't believe it was too much, but Oath TPing in regardless for it to catch this huge minion wave is still very important.
And we do actually see in the bot side, because Snoopy got traded on so hard by Nyrock and Glitter, that he is actually going to be 20 CS down almost here, with the wave having crashed into the turret.
Yeah, Janna is a pretty good, flexible champion when it comes to doing a lot of poke or doing a lot of being a general enchantress support. So with how much poke Nyrok and Glitter and Gains can both do, definitely is going to be pretty tough for Snoopy and Blue Snake. While Tetra in the mid lane doing a lot of damage, popping that nullifying orb out. Ooh,
Ooh, barely. And Oath is actually going to get jumped on. Tetra has to jump out. Now, Oath has used his flash, but Tetra still has his. Really good trade there by the Diana.
and they're both level 5 right now, so Tetra, I'd imagine, is looking for that level 6 so he can get a huge burst of damage onto Oath so he can pick up a kill. Using all of his corrupting pots already, so he won't be. Ooh,
Ooh. Clean solo kill there for Tetra. Knowing that Oath didn't have the pool, knowing that Oath didn't have his flash, that was a great pickup there. And a solo kill for Goliath Esports Warriors to get first blood.
yep. And that solo kill is definitely going to translate pretty well considering the items that Diana built and having Conqueror, so she's going to be good pretty much throughout this entire game. And picking up an early kill means that she'll be able to work towards that Rod of Ages that she normally builds, and have that start scaling way sooner.
Now this top lane is definitely the slow, steady, and pretty much silent lane. Derisive Oxen and Hello have not been trading very frequently, and when they have, it's been a fairly even trade, but we do see Derisive Oxen is going to have to back off. He's low, he doesn't have any more corrupting potion stacks, and I'm sure he has money in the bank just waiting to be spent. 1,500 gold. Now Nyrok is going to go in onto Snoopy. He doesn't get caught by the Flame Chompers, but he is going to get stunned up, take some damage from the Q from Blue Snake and the W from Snoopy. But another good trade for the Tristana, in a 1v2 no less.
Yeah, picking up that BF sword rather than a Doran's Blade is definitely doing wonders for Nyrok right there. Doran's Blade is a little bit gold efficient with how much you're spending, but the BF sword is just so many stats.
And now Oath is going to use the Hemo Plague. Tetra doesn't have his Moonfall yet, but he jumps in onto Trineki, just uses it now, misses it, however. Now Trineki is low, but he has his passive. Now Oath is going to get jumped on by Tetra, potentially. No, it is not going to happen. He used it and didn't have the cooldown reset, and Derisive Oxen whiffs his ultimate, but flashes on Hello. Hello has his flash as well. He is going to use it. Derisive Oxen, one more auto attack should do it. He doesn't get the Q, and Hello is going to live.
With his ultimate nonetheless, so he's able to back out, TP back to lane, and still be able to trade pretty well considering that he has his ultimate while Derisive Oxen does not. While Great Gromp is looking for a gank right now, he does have ultimate available as well, but the steadfast presence is going to be able to stop and doing a little taunting in order to show off as well.
Cheeky. The flag and drag does not hit, so Great Gromp wastes his time up in the top lane. And however, Great Gromp does have a significant CS lead over Trineki. That's about 3 camps worth.
Yeah,
but Trineki is here in the bot lane. He's going to get the pulls together, and Snoopy is going to go down. Blue Snake to follow. And, oh, Nyrok is tanking, though. He's going to have to jump out. The ultimate comes out from Mr. Clap, and Mr. Clap just claps him down. It's actually a 2 for 2 as Trineki falls under the turret.
Yeah, we saw Nyrok got rooted by those flaming chompers right there, so he was unable to use the rocket jump after they got the kill in order to get out. So just an easy pickup for Hello right there, TPing in to make sure they secured a kill.
And it does mean it's a 3-2 gold advantage and about a 400 gold lead here for Goliath Esports Warriors. Fairly small leads on... Oh, Tetra is going low. No one has flashes, but that's going to be the Moonfall coming through, but he doesn't have the shield. Oath gets the kill.
Yeah, he was. Looks like Tetra was relying on that Conqueror in order to heal him up after the Moonfall, but not going to look out right there. Great. Cataclysm coming out and he shot it in.
And Great Gromp he just gets in there onto Trineki. Trineki thought that he could find something, and now the Rift Herald is going to be dropped, and it looks like Goliath Esports Warriors are aiming to crack open this mid-turret. They are going to get the one turret plate, but Derisive Oxen is on top of Great Grump now. He's taking a lot of damage, however, he is stopped, but the Monsoon actually saves Great Grump from under the turret. And the Rift Herald gets them 3 turret plates here.
Yeah, Rift Herald early right here was pretty good, considering that there was a lot of people to contest the tower. So dropping it early and just get the charge off is much better than trying to take a couple platings and greed out for the whole tower.
Now a 2k gold lead here for Goliath Esports Warriors, and it doesn't seem like the Gods of Herald have, hit their stride yet in this game.
Yeah, a lot of kills onto this Malphite means that it's going to be quite difficult to kill him. He's already building the Iceborne Gauntlet, so he has tons of armor to work with, and the Ninja Tabby, so it's way harder for Naira to try to kill him. But once this later parts of the game in, it looks like Snoopy might have pushed up maybe too far. He's looking to try to kite out the Derisive Oxen not going to get anything. And Dragon going down to the side of God's Herald.
Yeah, they are about 2 and change thousand gold down on the Goliath Esports Warriors, but they do get the Dragon for their troubles. TPG Blue Snake might have gone a little too far forward. He is going to have to jump back when Hemoplague is used. Triple knock up here from the Glacial Fissure, but he's going to take a lot of damage, and he might finally go down. The flash forward by Oath to secure that. Now the Moonfall is going to whip for a second time. Derisive Oxen coming down to try and take down Tetra. Great Grump is here now, but Derisive Oxen does have the Steadfast Presence. He's going to stop the Flag and Drag. Taco Trineki can go back in, but it doesn't look like he's going to. Hello, however. Ooh. Super Mega Death Rocket from Snoopy is not going to find a kill, but now Hello might get pulled back in. Gods of Herald is grouped up, though, and that's going to be a 3-man ultimate. Great Grump now going to get the kill. A second one onto Glittering Gains. Oath is going to go down as soon as he comes out of that pool, and Derisive Oxen might make 4. Tetra's tanking. Tetra is not going to go down. Oh, yes, he will, because Nyrok has just jumped in and joined the fight. Hello is low. He's gonna go down, and the flag is not going to be accompanied by a drag because Great Grump is out of mana. They trade 4 for 2.
While Snoopy's just working on this top tower, since everyone rotated to the mid tower trying to prevent it going down, Snoopy has just been free farming up in the top side by himself and trying to get him back into this game. Pretty pretty good for the side of Goliath Esports Warriors until Nyrok came in there and just jumped, started Goomba stomping on everyone and cleaning up a couple kills.
Yeah, Snoopy, he did get all of those turret plates for himself, but he spent a lot of time up there, and Nyrok just picked up 2 kills for himself, so this does mean that they're going to be fairly even in terms of stats. Nyrok has boots and a crit cloak, but Snoopy does have that second Doran's Blade.
Yep, and both of them having an Infinity Edge is definitely pretty good. Tetra looking to maybe grab something off of the Derisive Oxen, but Derisive Oxen just a little bit quicker since he finished his boots, and Tetra is still looking to finish his.
There's 2 minutes on the Rift Herald, 2:30 on the Cloud Drake. So let's see how the Gods of Herald and Goliath Esports Warriors form up around these upcoming objectives.
Yeah, and we do have Tetra in the bot lane right now, having TP available, so he can rotate to wherever he needs. Great Gromp might cut out Taco Trineki.
Oh, Taco Trineki not going to find the knockup, and Gods of Herald on the rotate, but they're not there in time. So still, it's almost a 3k gold lead for Goliath Esports Warriors, and it looks like the Warriors are grouping up around that top mid side. They might be trying to force that Herald again. But now Great Grump not going to find the Flag and Drag, does get some damage off onto Oath. Hello is here, Oath is low, he uses the pool, the ultimate available, don't even need it. Great Grump on a rampage, 404.
Great Grump doing an excellent job with the timing to make sure that he kills it right when the pool comes out and right before the Hemo Plague is able to heal up Oath right there. So, really well played Great Grump right now in this game. Same with Hello, he has a lot of kills under his belt as well, but Great Grump is doing an excellent job.
Yeah, Great Grump is just kicking ass and taking names here. I mean, he's been basically wherever his team needs him. He's been finding the right engages and comboing here really well. But now, the engage by Taco Trineki is going to get the knock up onto Snoopy. Snoopy has the flash, he will commit it. Taco Trineki chasing down now. Oath is here, he's going to take down Snoopy. Blue Snake to follow soon. But Tetra is here, he teleported in, he's in the fight, he goes onto Glitter and gains. Will he get him down? No, he gets knocked out by Nyrok. Now, that's going to be 1 and 2 picked up by Great Gromp. He finds the kill onto both bot laners. Now, Hello is here, he doesn't have his ultimate. Great Gromp has to get away from Oath. Hello takes down Trineki. It's a 3 for 2, and Goliath Esports Warriors come back in this fight.
It was looking pretty good on the side of Gods Herald once, like a little bit in the beginning, but once Great Gromp and Tetra got into the fight, with Tetra doing a huge moonfall and Great Gromp coming in with the dunk of the Cataclysm to finish the kills off Nyrok and Glittering Gains, it just turns it right back into favor, and then they could disengage pretty safely as well. So then they don't really lose too much more, and also picking up the kill off Taco Trineki too.
So now Goliath Esports Warriors, they are sending Snoopy and Blue Snake toward that dragon. They don't want to let Gods of Herald get ahead for a second dragon. However, the Rift Scuttler, oh, stolen away by Snoopy.
Doing an excellent job at taking up that vision, so it is riskier in order to try to pick up this dragon. So, because you're obviously so well envisioned, they know you're on it, and Tetra is doing a lot of damage to Oath right there, trying to zone him out, and right now they're just keeping Nyrok really busy with all these wards.
Tetra and Oath dealing with each other. The Moonfall gonna come out and kill, and now Hello is in. The Super Mega Death Rocket comes out, hits Derisive Oxen, but it looks like Goliath Esports Warriors have found the dragon. They take control, and they're gonna take their first dragon of the game here at 16 minutes.
Cloud Drake, and let's see what our next one is going to be. Mountain. So we're going to be seeing all this armor be multiplied on the side for the side of Goliath Esports Warrior on the Malphite. He already having a tons of armor. This Iceborne is going to be huge for the empowered auto, and then eventually Great Gromp will be transitioning or looking to transition into a little tankier, so he ends up as a bruiser Jarvan. So he'll still be useful in this mid to late game part.
Tetra and Derisive Oxen duking it out again, and Tetra just so strong here. He's got 5 stacks on his Rod of Ages, and look at that. The Herald goes down, Great Gromp secures that one, and now Tetra might be able to find this outer turret, the third and final of the game for Goliath Esports Warriors.
Yeah, and hopefully with all this gold he's picking up from these minions and towers, he will be able to finish upgrading his boots as well.
Finish upgrading his boots, or maybe he'll just go for that Nashor's. He actually might have enough to do both.
Maybe a few gold short. I don't exactly remember how much Nashor's is when you combine everything, but he looks like he will be ending up just a little bit short. I think it's 1900 for him to upgrade it from just Stinger. So unfortunately, looks like he is still gonna neglect those boots and get kited out by everyone else who has finished their boots right now.
Yeah, but you know, he's Diana. He's got all of those dash resets, and even more now that he's got that extra 20% cooldown reduction off of the Nashor's Tooth and all of the attack speed.
And not necessarily needing those Sorcerer Shoes in order to do so much damage, because he is already doing so much damage with how much this Rod of Ages is scaling up.
Yeah, I mean, he's only at 2, 3, and 7 in terms of a scoreline, but he's got turrets for himself, he's got a lot of CS, and now Great Gromp attempted gank by Taco Trineki, but Oath is here. He has the Hemo Plague available. The Flag and Drag is going to knock up Oath, and now the Cataclysm comes through. Oath is stunned. Can they take him down before he gets into the pool? He does. He goes down. And now, Hello teleporting in. Taco Trineki is going to get a lot of damage off onto Blue Snake. Blue Snake has to flash away, and that's going to be the ultimate coming in from Hello. It gets on top of everyone. Oh, Tetra does not find the Moonfall, or he is going to find a Moonfall onto Glitter and Gains, and that is a clean ace for Goliath Esports Warriors.
Yep, no Baron to take, but they do have the Rift Herald available, and they're going to be dropping that top side while they have the rest of their, 2 of their teammates in the mid side. Both of them really good at taking these towers. Diana getting so much attack speed from her passive, and then the Jinx naturally attacking very, very fast.
Yeah, Jinx with no attack speed items, just attacking this quickly, but they are going to get 2 inner turrets, and it looks like they're rotating for the 3rd because Snoopy is heading to the bot side.
Yep, they're peeling away at Summoner's Rift to make sure they can get some pretty good map control all around. So if Gods of Herald wants to step out of their base, they're going to have to be pretty careful about it, considering how far away they are from safety once this last outer tower goes down.
Tetra going to pick up another 100 gold for himself as the gold lead stretches to 1,000 here for Goliath Esports Warriors.
This is looking pretty good for a team that's only currently 2-4. So just because their score doesn't look the best, it doesn't mean that they aren't doing an excellent job this game. Gods of Herald looks like they're not being able to pick up exactly what they need in order to continue their onto this game right now, but they do have Vladimir, which scales very excellently. He's looking to pick up his 2nd item soon, and then you have the Tristana, naturally really good once she gets that 3-item power spike as well.
And as you said, their scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect what kind of team they are. That was something that we talked about at the end of week 5 when we were talking about our power rankings, that Goliath Esports Warriors was kind of a wild card because they have gone through so many different roster swaps that you really have no idea how they're going to perform week to week. And, you know, for all you know, they could play worse than Flex, or they could play better than GSM potentially. And it's just a question of who they have on their team. And now Hello going to go over the wall, try and mess with Nyrock a little bit, but great Gromp over the wall as well. Tetra is here. He can jump in. He has the Moonfall, but Derisive Oxen is in the middle of the fight, keeping Tetra away. And now Tetra, can he get in? He's going to jump in. That's a huge Moonfall. They're going to find 3. They're going to find 4 as Taco Trineki dies in the passive. And that's a great fight for Goliath Esports Warriors. Again.
Yeah, their front line is just impeccable right now. Being able to untouch for Snoopy, so you can go ahead and try to kill that front line that could potentially jump onto him, while Tetra and Great Ground just gets onto this back line and just dominates.
And the ace as Tetra runs down the opposing mid laner. He's going to try and solo take this inhibitor turret with all of the attack speed he gets from his passive. He's probably going to die to the turret. and Oath gets the kill credit.
Yep, unable to 1v1 the tower and giving up the shutdown onto him. Let's see if... Oh, Dragon taken for Goliath Esports Warriors, but right now Blue Snake is getting run down and looks like he's just going to sacrifice his life in order for his ADC.
Nyrock is low. Hello, he cannot get him, and now the Malphite may have overstepped. Hello finally goes down, hands over that 600 gold shutdown to Derisive Oxen. There we go.
There it is. Alright, using the buckler in order to throw that, in order to pick up the kill, throw it over, pick up the shield as well, since every time you kill, or whenever you get a kill with it, it also auto-equips the shield, so nice little shutdown for the Rise. Also getting a little tankier. Would have liked to see that onto Oath or Nyrock so they can scale just a little bit faster, but regardless, good pickup for anyways.
Yeah, at this point, Gods of Herald really is just trying to take whatever they can get. You know, they pick up 2-3 kills at the end of that fight where they get aced and lose an inhibitor. So it's really not like, you know, picking up good things for your team. It's just trying to stem the bleeding from all of these other weaknesses that your team is showing.
Definitely so. They do need to watch out. This Jarvan is 8-0. So he is just doing an excellent job at jumping onto Nyrock, keeping him locked down, and picking up kills, comboed with Tetra and Hello.
Yeah, this does look like Great Gromp is just kind of going for damage Jarvan. I mean, he has the Bruiser item, Black Cleaver, and he has the Guardian Angel, which is more of a defensive carry item. But still, he's definitely going for much more damage than, like, Warrior, Black Cleaver, and then, like, Randuin's and Spirit Visage or something.
I would be pretty interested to see. Tentra might be caught out here. He is getting run down, but minions are going to block the E from Vladimir, and a TP coming in, but
TP
canceled.
canceled, and can Taco Trineki steal it? He cannot, and now Oath in the middle of the fight, but he is stunned, and Snoopy is going to get a lot of damage onto him, but he is going to take down Oath right after Lasagna comes out. Blue Snake with the kill credit there, and now it's a 2-for-0 already. Great Gromp can try and go over the wall. Blue Snake can actually flash forward, but Derisive Ox is a little too fast for him. It is a free Baron and a 2-kill pickup for Goliath Esports.
Do want to point out that they did accidentally hit the blast plant and just kind of knocked them back towards the enemy, but luckily the tornado came out and stopped them from pursuing any further.
Yeah, that could have been really bad. It could have gone from, Goliath Esports Warriors building an even larger advantage to Goliath Esports Warriors just potentially winning the game off of a mistakenly executed blast plan.
Yep, a misclick while running away, but we do see pretty good farming coming out from the ADCs on both sides. Tetra especially doing an excellent job, while Oaf is still on the back burner. Does have his 2 items, so you might be able to. So if he can get into this backline and try to kill Snoopy, he definitely has the capability of doing so. He is even level with Snoopy right now, so it might be a little difficult, but being a 2-item Vladimir, you do have the potential in order to one-shot ADCs.
But Snoopy just going to be able to gun down this turret. Taco Trineki trying to find some damage, but he can't get on top of Snoopy. Now, the jump forward by Nyrock means that Snoopy is just going to stand there and free fire, but the shutdown comes out by Nyrock. Great Gromp, gonna pick it back up with the Cataclysm. He's going to knock down that Tristana, and now he's just going to start walking out. No one wants to deal with him, and Gods of Herald are running scared. Hello, as well, is just in the middle of the enemy team, walking through their base as they take down the 3rd and final inhibitor here. Goliath Esports Warriors have traded 1-for-1 here. Now Oath is going to go on the run. Taco Trineki is in the middle of the fight, but he's very low. That's a 3-man knockup from Hello, and that's a 3-man Moonfall! That's huge by Tetra!
Yep, and it looks like Great Gromp is going to pick up that kill, so he is going legendary on the Rift, 11-0. Looked like he got the Flag and Drag and Flash in order to knock up, just to show off just a little bit. He might be going down, but he does have the GAs available. Nyrock trying to pick up the kill, but it looks like this game is over right now. Super Minion tanking the fountain, and the game is just going to finish right there. Win for Goliath Esports Warriors, pulling up to 3-4 while giving Gods of Herald their 3rd loss.
And this is huge for Goliath Esports Warriors, because at 3-4, they are 1 full game ahead of the Bad Barons, which means that, they now have sole control over 4th place.
Yeah, especially since we do have Goliath Esports Warriors versus the Bad Barons coming up in later weeks for this round robin. But we'll have to see if they'll be able to pull it out against the Bad Barons so they can secure their spot for this 4th place. But right now, they're looking pretty good to be into these semifinals.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how the Goliath Esports Bad Barons matchup goes. If Bad Barons can pull it out, they have the 2-0 head-to-head over Goliath Esports, and presumably they should be able to take that into the semifinals. But Goliath Esports Warriors, with this win over Gods of Herald, if they can beat the Bad Barons, they will be 1-1 with them and will almost certainly be able to make it into that 4th seed. So
Yeah.
at the conclusion of week 7, we'll make sure to update the standings after the stream goes off. But for now, thank you for watching. This has been Gold Capped, and please make sure to watch, or if you make sure to watch tomorrow through Friday, where we have Platinum, Diamond, Diamond, Platinum, Platinum. Is there anything else that we have for you today?
Not really, but thanks for holding out with us during this whole coronavirus deal. As we said, we're doing a lot of streaming from home. Tomorrow, I believe it's going to be you and Darren doing Plat of the Week, right? Plat Games of the
Yes.
Week. So tune in for that, and I'll be back Tuesday for the Isles conference. So I've been Let's Go Dragon. He's been Vid, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks. See ya.
Bye.